Hello everybody, this is Strawberry Singh and today I'm going to show you the latest release from Genesis Lab. Her name is Ariana and she is a female bento mesh head. She is currently available at the arcade gacha events. She is a rare in the whole gacha, so if you don't know how gachas work, basically what you're doing is you're going to be playing the gacha over and over again. It's kind of like a gumball machine. You put your money in and you keep continuously playing until you win the item that you want. So she is a rare. Sometimes people win it on the first spin and then they get a bento mesh head for 100 linens. Sometimes it can take a while. It's kind of like the luck of the draw. So when you first play the head and you win the if you win the head, she looks like this. She's kind of like a gray, and then you can also keep playing and play for the appliers. They're also in here, the Ariana skin appliers. You don't have to necessarily play for her appliers. If you win the head, you can try different appliers. If you have other appliers from Genesis Lab or other third-party appliers, you can try those on the head as well. And the gacha also has other commons like a scarf and some food and some cosmetics and such. So it's a pretty big gacha, but you can win a lot of neat little items. It is at the arcade gacha events until September 30th, and then after September 30th, I'm assuming you would find this at the Genesis Lab main store. So I will have all of that information and link to the Genesis Lab main store and the arcade gacha events and all that in my blog post, along with my style credits right now, all listed in my blog post. And of course, you will find a link to that blog post in the description of the video. So let me get started. Ariana is actually, I think she's the 7th female bento head from Genesis Lab, and I've blogged all of them and I have links to all of them in my blog post as well. And so far they've released one male head and his name was Ethan. Just so you know, I am wearing the Ariana skin applier right now. Zoom in. So this is the applier that is in the same gacha, and again, you would have to play it continuously to win this applier. I will also try on some other appliers that I have for her from Genesis Lab, and also I have a few other third-party appliers that we can give a try as well to see what they look like on her. For body appliers, I am wearing the Betrayal body appliers. They also have body appliers for Slink, Blaza, and Vista Hands and Default Body at the Genesis Lab main store, and they're all 250 linens each, so I'll have a link to that as well. Omega compatibility. So according to the Omega Solutions blog, Genesis Lab heads that are gacha are not Omega compatible. So this head is not Omega compatible. Just keep that in mind if you prefer that in your bento heads. So let's look at some of the things that she comes with. And her name is Ariana, and she comes with a bunch of gestures that you can enable and use in World. She also comes with a brow base and shape, which I'm not wearing right now. I made my own brow base and shape, of course, like always. And of course, I will sell my brow base and shape in my marketplace store, and I'll have it up hopefully today or tomorrow very soon. She comes with, of course, the bento head. Oh, she is Omega compatible. Okay, so I think they have changed things around, and they are letting gacha heads be Omega compatible right now. I have not tried the Omega head as well, but I'm assuming it works perfectly fine. You probably just need to pick up the Omega Relay HUD from the marketplace store, and I will link to that from my blog post as well. She also has, of course, bento ears, Lacrimal Chronicle, and she comes with 3 main HUDs. So we have this animation HUD, and that controls all her animations and so on. She also comes with the universal HUD, which has all of the universal settings for her face. And of course, there is a different HUD called the Typer HUD, and you can wear that, and that controls her lip movement when you're typing, and I'll show you a little bit later on how that works real quick. I also want to mention, of course, the alpha layers. I wear the full body for the mesh eyes as well, because I am wearing the rigged mesh eyes. There's also a neck fix and some extra teeth. So the way the HUD works, the Typer HUD works, is when you attach the HUD, it looks like this little, so it looks like that. It's just a very small HUD. If you click on it, it turns green. And once it turns green, that means that it's activated. And then what happens is when you type into chat, you'll see your lips move. So of course that only works with typing. It does not work if you turn on the voice in World. I'm going to turn the voice on in World right now, and you can see my lips are not moving. So it does not get triggered by voice. It only gets triggered by typing in chat. So that's how the Typer HUD works. Now let's quickly go through the main universal HUD and all of the things that the HUD comes with. The main HUD has 3 tabs, the genetic, makeup, and settings tab. In this tab, you can change the color of your eyes. So I'm wearing their brown eyes right now, but you can, of course, change it to any color that you prefer. I'll show you a few of the colors. And of course, since it is Omega compatible, if I was wearing the Omega HUD, I'm assuming I would be able to wear Omega eyes or Genesis Lab eyes appliers with it as well. And of course it comes with a series of lashes. You can go with very extreme lashes or some medium ones. Those are really pretty. I went with the lighter ones this time just to show you the makeup and skin properly. You can color the ears. I'm wearing the Genesis Lab Latte skin tone, so I am wearing, of course, I clicked on the L for the latte skin for my ears. Genesis Lab ears are very well done. I like those a lot. Of course, you can have different kinds of teeth. So you can have just plain teeth. Let me see if I can open my mouth and show you guys. So we have plain teeth. You can make them a little bit less white. You can also add blood to the teeth. You can add, you can change the color of the tongue, and you can also make the tongue bloody as well to give yourself more of a Halloween type look or a vampire look. So those are all of the options for the teeth and tongue. Then you have a beauty mark section. It applies on the blush layer, I'm assuming, and you have different types of moles, and you have I believe there's a freckle version in there right there. Beautiful freckles on the nose there. And we also have some more freckles, and then finally even more freckles, and you can see that on the forehead as well. And then of course you can clear that to get rid of all of the layers as well. I'm not wearing one of the hair bases right now, so I'll put one on, see if that you can see that. See, there's the hair base, and I can actually go and tint the hair base using this section over here to any color that I prefer. So if I were to make it a little more reddish to go with the hair there, like that. Or you can go with a different style of, like if I want a part on the side, or a part in the middle, or no part at all, so on and so forth. So Genesis Lab does make some fantastic hair bases to go along with their heads, if you like to wear hair bases. Really pretty baby hairs there. I'm just going to clear it though, because the hair that I'm wearing from Boone comes with kind of like a mesh attachment that looks like a hair base. So anyway, so those are all the options in the genetic tab. In the makeup tab, we have a wide variety of makeups. We have some eyeshadows. I'm currently wearing the thin liner, which I'll show you a little bit later. Really beautiful selection of eyeshadows. Again, all of these makeups and so on and so forth, all these tabs in the main universal HUD also came with all of the other Bento heads. So you will find similar makeup and such with the other Bento heads. I really liked the thin liner. So I'm going to keep that on. And then of course, you have a lot of blush and contour options as well. Over here, I'll show you some of the more dramatic ones because it'll be easier to see. So this is like a sunburn, and then this is like a lot of contouring and so on. And then of course you can also clear it like that. And then they have a series of matte and glossy lips. This is their matte lipstick. Really beautiful set of lipsticks they have. And you can try those on, and these are the glossy ones, so you guys get an idea. And then of course you can also clear it. Those are all the selections in the makeup tab. And finally in the settings tab, you can set your neck to how big you want it. I have it clicked on the Maitreya because I'm wearing the Maitreya body. And of course you can also color the neck as well to match the skin tone. You have options for your teeth and tongue. I'm gonna open the my mouth and see if that you can see the difference. So if I can't really see the braces in this pose as much, but they're in there, and you can change the color if you want. You can also add tongue piercings, and you can change the color of the tongue piercing as well, and you can also hide them or show them over here, both the braces and the piercing. So I'm going to close my mouth again. And finally, you can also add shine using the materials options on the head. So you have 20% shine, 50%, 75%, and then 100%, which is really shiny. So that's really a great option if you want to add a little bit more. depth using materials, different textures and shine, and so on and so forth. So that is the universal HUD that all of the Genesis Lab Bento heads come with, and those are all the options that you get. Now for the animations HUD, I'll show you a few of the animations. The way the animations work is she does the animation and then she kind of looks around from side to side very naturally, and she kind of repeats the animation once again. So I'll just quickly go through some of these. So you can see she's got, they've got really great, very smooth, realistic looking animations. I'll show you a few of them. I love the yawn. And then there is one that's where she's sticking out her tongue. And that's another one. There you go. So those are all the animations. Then you also have a series of static poses for your eyes. Okay, let me fix that. So you can open your eyes wide or a little half closed or closed completely. You can also have options for your lips, static lips. I really like this tongue one, it's cute. And then of course this sly little smile. And I love the way her eyes look with this smile, it's really cute. And then also you have eye rotation options, so you can have her looking in certain directions. Now, I don't know if you noticed when I was playing with the animations, the head kind of messed up my shape a little bit. So when that happens, when you think that your head is looking a little bit strange, you can just right click on yourself, go to appearance, reset, and then reset your skeleton, and that will fix the shape. Of course, only on your end. If somebody sees you looking like that, you'll stay looking like that unless you reboot, so relog. So just to let you know that you can fix it on your side, but if you want to fix it on somebody else's side, you'll have to relog. And then of course you can turn on blinking for some natural blinking. There's also Second Life default eyes blink. And then there's also the talking animation. The way the talking animation works is when you play it, I'm going to just stop the blinking, sorry. When you play it, she just kind of naturally starts moving her lips. It doesn't get triggered by typing or voice. It's if you want to see her talking, but you can just hit play or pause or stop, and then she'll stop or start. So you can control her lips that way, but it doesn't get triggered by anything else for this talking animation. So that is the basic animation HUD that it comes with. Now I'm just going to try a few of the appliers. Now I have some Genesis Lab skin appliers and also have third-party appliers. So the third-party appliers I have are older appliers from YSYS and Bold and Beauty, and I know there are some other designers that also make third-party appliers for Genesis Lab heads that I don't own, and I'm not going to try these on right now because they're a little bit older, so I'm not sure how they would fit her. So just to show you guys real quick, I'm wearing the Ariana applier that comes in the gacha. I do have some other older appliers, like I have this Stephanie applier. The Stephanie was the previous head that they released. So I'll try on the applier just to show you guys what it looks like. So Stephanie looks kind of nice too. She has a little bit bushier eyebrows, but you can also make them thinner using your brow base as well. There's another applier called Deli that was previously released by Genesis Lab. So I'll show you what that one looks like on Ariana. Gives her a very different look, but I thought it was quirky and interesting. Then I'll show you another one that I really liked a lot. I think it was Caramel. It's one of my favorite appliers from them. I'm just showing you a few, but do try, if you already own some Genesis Lab appliers, do try them on and see how they look. She gives her a bit more deep set eyes, and she looks a little bit older, I think, in this skin on this head. And I'll show you one more. I think, well, let's try the, let's try Diane. Diane's, I think, pretty old. Oh, latte skin tone. I prefer to wear the latte skin tone. Yeah, so that's Diane. Just to give you guys an idea of the different appliers that will work with this head. I'm going to go back to Ariana, and I was wearing latte. So really pretty skin. So I'm going to show you my shape from all sides. This is my shape that I've made, and of course I will put it in my marketplace store very soon, hopefully today or tomorrow. My hair is from Boone, and I'll have a link to that along with my dress that I'm wearing from Tiffy. in my blog post. So this is my shape, and I'm going to put on the shape that their head comes with. So this is their shape. It's a little bit smaller in the head and more delicate looking, so it might actually fit hairs a little bit better. I do prefer my body's a little bit bigger than their body, so I do make my heads a little bit bigger. But of course my skin is, my shape will be modified, so you can play with that just like their shape. So I'm going to play with their shape and their brow base so you can see how much you can change on it. So when you go to the brow base, you can right click and edit and go to eyebrow section and change the size of the eyebrows like that. You can't change the density, but you can change the height, you can change the arc, and you can change the points like that. Look how different she looks just by playing with the eyebrows a bit. I'm gonna undo the changes. I don't want to mess with their brow shape. And then of course you can also edit the shape itself. If you right click and edit on the shape, these are the 6 columns that you can change in bento heads: the head, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and chin. So we will start with head. I'm just gonna make the head a little bit bigger just so you guys can see how big you can make it. You can stretch the head. You can play with the shape of the head. Now it really responds pretty well to the sliders, I've noticed. You can mess with the egg head slider and the length. You want to make sure you're looking from all angles, especially the length. And you also want to watch those teeth popping out in between the lips, because sometimes the lips will part at certain slider levels, so make sure you're looking at all of that. Forehead angle. Wow, this is the most responsive I've ever seen a head to the forehead angle, which is great. Brow size. Brow size is not changing that much, and you'll see it more from the side, so make sure you're looking at all the angles. Upper cheeks. She kind of looks like a chipmunk. Really cute. Lower cheeks. Give her some serious cheekbones. And of course, cheekbones. Then you can play with the eyes. You can make them bigger. The eye opening. Spacing. Outer eye corner. Inner eye corner. Eye depth. You definitely want to look at eye depth from the side, because you can really mess it up if you're not careful. Ooh, I like the way it looks on the side. So you see, make sure you're looking at it from the side. Upper eye fold, we gotta go back to the front. You can end up making her shut her eyes if you're not careful. Eye bags. Puffy eyelids. Eyelash length won't work because we're not using system lashes, and eye pop is not rigged to bento bones. Ears. Can make them huge. You can't change the angle or the attached earlobes, but you can play with the tips. And now on to nose. Now, especially with nose, you want to make sure you're looking at all the angles, from the side, from the front. You might even want to look from up and down. Nose is, I think, one of the most important features, and you want to make sure you get it right. And upper bridge especially, you want to look at from the side as well as lower bridge. You can't really see what I'm doing. Let me do that and I'll show you from the side. This is the upper bridge. See, it breaks the mesh if you're not careful. And of course the lower bridge. You want to find that sweet spot. Really cute nose she has, really pretty. And bridge width will be in between the eyes, like that. Nose tip angle. And nose tip shape. And of course, crooked nose. Next, we're going to do the mouth. She's got some great lips. And the skin fits so perfectly on the lips. I love the way they go together. Lip ratio. Lip ratio will also help any parts that you have in the lipstick, in the lips with the sliders. So you can play with that a little bit to close up the lips properly. And And lip cleft depth, lip cleft, and shift mouth. And finally, we are on the chin sliders. Chin and jaw respond pretty well. And again, make sure you're looking at it from all sides, especially jaw jet, because it moves the whole jaw forward. Jowls don't work, neither does chin cleft, and neither does upper chin cleft, but chin neck does. Like that. And responds pretty well. So that was it. Those are all the 6 columns that work with bento heads. I'm just going to undo the changes. And I'm going to put my shape and brow base back on. And once again, more information about Ariana and my shape and my style credits and all of that will be in my blog post, and you'll find a link to that in the description of the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I am going to be live streaming tomorrow from Sansar. Hope you guys can join me, and I will talk to you very soon. I have a lot more bento heads to cover. Hopefully I'll get them done in the next week or two. Wish me luck. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.